Welcome everybody to season 1 of Break Up the Daily Grind. I am your host Ben, and across the table from me is my co-host Corey.
Howdy, partner.
Yep. And if you are just joining us for the first time, we are glad you found us in the great big abyss of the internet and or Spotify or wherever you're listening from.
Sure are, partner.
Yep. And we're happy that you found us, although I'm not so sure you're going to be happy when we're done. But you know what? If you have a sense of humor, I think you will probably get a kick out of this shenanigans that we are doing here. So
yes.
Yep. So before we get started, 2 things.
2?
Yeah.
Whoa.
1, how you doing?
I'm good. I found this website called Retro Achievements.
Uh-oh.
So I don't know if you're familiar with like Xbox 360, how like the games would have achievements
Yes.
on them and stuff. So this site, essentially, you can download an emulator to play like old school games.
Oh, okay.
Like anything from the Atari 2600 up to the PlayStation 2. But they have a dedicated community of people who've created achievements for these games, like these old school games and stuff. And the website and the emulator you download from the website keeps track of all these achievements and stuff. And they got like leaderboards and competitions for them and everything.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. I've been kind of spending a lot of my time doing that.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, and the other thing...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The other thing is that we want people to know who sponsored today's episode. So it has been brought to you by...
Masters of Nine. Masters of Nine is a fantasy tabletop role-playing group that has fun playing poorly and recorded for your entertainment. They are a series of bad rolls.
Yeah. They can be found on Facebook at Masters of Nine and on Spotify for show. Right next to ours, because we're out of the same studio. With that, did you have any dedication that you wanted to do today?
Not me.
No?
Not me personally.
Okay. Well, then, people, you guys listening, are still slacking. We would like to have you guys send us some dedications, right? And we don't care who they are. You know, it could be your friend, mom, dad, aunt, uncle, favorite teacher, favorite dog. We don't really care. Just as long as you have a dedication that you want to share with people. And what we would do is we would read that, and we would tell everybody your dedication, and then we would dedicate the jokes following to that person, or animal, or whoever you put on your list. So, but we didn't get one this week. That's a couple weeks in a row. Either you guys are slacking, or we are slacking. I don't know. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should have checked my emails.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I check my emails.
You got me.
I don't like email.
We have an email?
I don't really like email, but I got it set up so it tells me. So I know that nobody sent us any for that particular reason, because I would have gotten it. So I guess, are you ready for some quick hip slinging dad jokes?
Yeah.
I try to keep the good ones.
I like funny.
Yeah. Well, you haven't heard these yet, so.
Oh, well, I'll hold my breath then.
Oh, if you're gonna hold your breath, I'll wait. And thud, there he goes. All right. Where do you take someone who was injured in a peekaboo accident?
If you could hear my thoughts right now, it'd be like the internet dial-up sound effect. Yeah, trying to process what you just asked me. I don't know.
How about the I see you?
Oh, that's clever. That's actually a pretty good one.
The other day, this kid asked his dad. He says, "Dad, can you explain a solar eclipse?" Dad says, "No, son."
You should pick these at random more often. You're grabbing all the good ones. Get yourself a scratch-off ticket while you're at it. Oh my god!
Well, I still got two more. I can still.
That's true. You can still
tank
botch.
it, yeah.
You can still botch.
Although I'm guessing 3 out of the 4 probably won't be too bad. What do you call a bear without bees?
A bear without bees?
Yes.
I don't know.
Ears.
Ears. That's dumb. All right.
I told you 3 out of 4. I told you.
We'll get 4 out of 4 one day. I know it.
Maybe if somebody sends us their dedication
yeah.
with their dad jokes, maybe we'll get 4 out of 4.
Maybe we'll get 4 out of 4. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
See, so if you want to hear better jokes, then you need to send us the jokes and the dedication so we can improve our joke segment.
Yes.
All right, number 4. What did the cook say to the boiling water?
What did the cook say to the boiling water?
Rest in peace. You will be missed.
Okay. All right.
I did hear that dial-up that time. I heard it. I heard it. It was in there.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, well. So, okay. So, hopefully, I know it put a smile on Corey's face. Put a smile on mine, too. So, but hopefully that put a smile on everyone else's face. And with that, now we can get on with our Reddit topic for today. So,
yeah, wet it.
Wet it. I talk to a... That's not a wet it.
Oh.
Of course, I guess it'd be the same thing. Anyway, how about a Reddit?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so you're all set up. You got.
I'm ready. I'm good to go. I got 2 right now. Right off the
rip.
Right off the iron. Hot off the press.
Hot off the screen. Did you wet it?
Let me leave.
Well, you can as soon as we get through this hour of episode, then you can leave.
All right. Am I the asshole for calling my husband a disgrace after he said my miscarriage ruined his birthday? What are your immediate thoughts after reading that title? Sometimes these titles, I see them and I read them. I'm like, why do I even need to read the rest of the story?
I guarantee if he said something about the miscarriage ruining his birthday, I don't think she could have said or done anything to make her the asshole. But
you never know. Some people are good at the victim role and can make anything sound like they're the victim.
I was thinking if you're going to blame your girlfriend, wife, baby mama of ruining something because she had a miscarriage, I would almost want to call you the asshole for bringing that up. Like she had nothing. But you know what? Let's pull some deets and we'll find out.
Yep. We'll see. Let's dive into the
head first.
Yes, the deep end. I miscarried yesterday afternoon about 12 p.m. I've never had a miscarriage before, and this baby was so wished for, so it's all so fresh, and I'm sobbing right now. So I apologize in advance if it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. My husband turned 27 yesterday. That's crazy. Just thinking, because I'm 26.
Right.
Just people, different life points.
different strokes for different folks.
Different life points for people at this age. It's crazy to me.
Well, it didn't say that they chose it.
No, no, I'm not saying. It sounds like they did. They said maybe. So wished for.
You know. She wished for it. You never know.
It's getting dark.
All right, let's go.
Okay. I, 26 female, was pregnant with mine and my husband's, 27 male, second child. Yesterday, I was 8 weeks pregnant. The day before yesterday, we saw a beautiful heartbeat flickering on the screen, and today I'm devastated. I was playing with our 2-year-old when I felt a pressure in my lower abdomen. Not long later, I noticed bleeding, and I let my husband know immediately that I had discomfort and bleeding. Before long, I had passed what I believed is the fetus, and I messaged him, I think I lost the baby. I wanted to keep him updated, and I guess I was seeking some kind of emotional support. Very understandable.
Right.
I asked if he could come home, and he said, of course, if it's urgent.
Bleeding, miscarriage, yeah.
That seems, your unborn child just died.
Yeah, yeah, presumably, yeah.
I would assume
that would be
that's
emergency.
urgent. I said, I think it is, because the pain and bleeding is getting worse, and I'm starting to feel lightheaded, and our 2-year-old is unattended in his playroom right now. We have no friends or family near that I could call who would get to us quicker than he could. I had to clean myself up, crawl downstairs to take paracetamol, make my son his lunch, and then put him down for a nap. At this point, my husband still isn't home. He was working approximately 30 minutes away and took closer to 60 minutes to get back. Hours later, when I asked, it was because he'd stopped at Tesco to pick up some beer. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I wish people could see the look on my face.
That's not real. That's not real. There's no way a human being acts like that. There's no way. That is.
It's funny because every once in a while I think, I really should not lose faith in humanity. Really, I shouldn't. Like, you know what? People are not as bad as I think. And then you read this shit.
Yeah.
Your wife is home, bleeding, probably miscarriaged. I mean, she could literally bleed out right there.
Yep.
Takes what, 6 minutes to bleed out, or less? And you stop by for beer?
Look.
Okay, now you know what?
You already dug your hole. If you. Your first stupid mistake is stopping to buy beers. You already, there's no way, no normal human being doesn't realize that's wrong. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say you knew it was wrong. I think he wants to just avoid the,
He didn't care.
No, yeah, he just doesn't want to be there to deal with this.
I mean, the loss of a child, you're bound to do some dumb stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I've had friends that have lost their kids. They were older, but they still lost their kids. I can't ever imagine losing my kids.
Mm-hmm.
So with that part, I can understand him doing stuff irrational. But at this point, your focus should be on your wife, who is in serious condition, which is very life-threatening at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Did you not give a rat's ass about your wife? Oh, that's all right. She ain't gonna bleed out.
If you're gonna buy beers, if you're gonna do something as stupid as buying beers, at least lie about it.
I got stuck in traffic.
I got stuck in traffic. Anything, but why would you? Yeah, I stopped at Tesco to pick up some beers. No, say anything else. Anything.
You're gonna dig a
Oh
hole.
my gosh,
At least try to dig a shallow one.
I found the Holy Grail and had to travel back to Rome, Italy to return it to the Pope. Anything sounds more believable.
I was on hold with Evan, and he was going to try to tell me whether he was going to send our kid back. Anything. Anything would have been better than say, no, I had to stop and pick up a couple cases of beer.
All right. Anyways, because he stopped at Tesco to pick up some beers. I'm not going to get over that. I ended up very poorly, losing lots of blood, lightheaded, vomiting, etc. And he had to take me to A&E. By the time I was discharged, it was almost 8 p.m. Last week, I had said I'd make him his favorite dinner for his birthday, which he reminded me when we were almost home. I said I wasn't feeling up to it, and that whatever takeout he wants is on me. He said, for fuck's sake, under his breath, and then muttered something along the lines of, this is bullshit. This ruined my birthday. He didn't stop to get any takeout. He just drove straight home. He put our son to bed, and I went to bed, and I'm not sure what he did after. I didn't see him this morning, as he had already left for work. He's not messaged me all day, and he got home a few hours ago. It's now 8:40 p.m., and he's been giving me the silent treatment. I tried to speak to him about an hour or so ago, and he ignored me, and I called him a disgrace. He slammed the bedroom door and locked me out of the bedroom. His mom has since messaged me and said I need to be patient as he's also had a loss. She didn't ask how I was or anything. He's obviously speaking to his mom, but why isn't he opening up and speaking to me? She said I was harsh, ? I'm feeling utterly emotionally neglected right now. My body has been through emotional and physical hell. I understand that my miscarriage came at a inconvenient time for him.
No.
That sounded like a very maliceful inconvenient time.
No, that did not inconvenience him at all. It was an inconvenience. It's not an inconvenience. It's a massive blow to the emotion, regardless of which side of the fence you're on. If you're the mom or the dad, it doesn't matter. That's an emotional blow. But please do not disrespect your wife. It's not like she woke up in the morning and says, you know what? I think I'm going to have a miscarriage this morning.
Yep. Yeah, he's really kind of like throwing this like it's her fault. And like she chose this and decided to do all this to spite him on his birthday or I would not be surprised. This man went to Tesco to pick up beers when his wife was miscarriaging. I would not be surprised if in his mind he's like, wow, she probably did this on purpose to so she could get out of making me dinner for my birthday. This is just like her. Always pulling this shit.
I would hope that's not what he was thinking.
I just read these sometimes, and I have such a hard time coming to the rational understanding. Like I try so hard to put myself in his shoes, where you could have it can be considered sane and normal for you to have the reaction of this is bullshit. This is for fuck's sake. I'm trying to find any rational and normal thinking that could put that in an understandable light where I could just myself, if I could not see myself ever saying even under normal circumstances
it's it's comprehensible to be saying stuff like that, but not to be suggesting it toward the mother, right? I mean, there's been times that I've been down and out, and I've been saying this is some bullshit, this for what the hell, all kinds of that stuff, but it's not directed at a person.
No,
because it's not their fault. So if it wasn't directed toward her, that would make a little more sense. Talking to your mom, whatever. I think that to me shows that he doesn't trust or respect his wife at all.
Yeah.
But with him supposedly saying what he said, that just goes to show that there was no respect for her anyway.
No, it seems like there's very little respect.
Yeah.
There is no urgency or empathy or anything at any point in I mean, obviously this is from her perspective too, but still there's nothing from him. Not any sort. It's not like he didn't try to comfort her at all or anything.
Right. You just treat it like,
like another Tuesday
Right.
at home, or even worse. I wouldn't treat anybody like that.
right.
You know?
Yeah, don't treat them like they, had to poop and forgot to flush the toilet.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. That, my friend, is messed up.
Yeah.
No, she's
it
not.
is.
She's not by far the asshole. I think he's being a total asshole.
I think so too.
I'm only going off what she said. So who
Yeah,
knows?
there's someone said he's lucky all you did was call him a disgrace. I'd be calling him my ex-husband. He knows his son is home alone with you and stops for beer. It's one thing if he cannot leave work or cannot leave immediately. He chose to make a needless stop. Then you lost a lot of blood and were just all around in a bad way. And he says it ruined his birthday. He wants you to cook. You said that before you lost the baby. You said all that before you lost the baby, before you had to go to the hospital for losing lots of blood. The lack of care is so the lack of care is so shocking. Take the time to heal. You still might want to reconsider this marriage. I know it would be over for me. I highly doubt this is the only time he's shown this complete disregard for your well-being. That's what I was trying to say too. I guarantee, if he's that comfortable showing disregard and like no emotion,
Disrespect,
especially in a situation as serious as that, I can't imagine what it's like in normal everyday circumstances.
Me either.
Jeez, starting off strong.
Okay. The one secret that I'm keeping from my husband, and honestly, it's hilarious.
Oh boy.
My husband has an eyebrow ring that he is weirdly attached to. I mean, the man could lose his wallet, his phone, or his wedding ring and just shrug it off. But if that tiny metal ball from his eyebrow ring goes missing, full-blown national emergency. Every time it falls off, which is more often than you'd think, he searches for it like 10 seconds, just 10 seconds of squinting on the carpet, sighing dramatically, and then announces, well, it's gone forever. Okay. That's when I step in like the wizard life, or the wizard wife I am. I always find it. Every single time. Basically, I'm the eyebrow ring whisperer. Only here's the secret. I'm not finding anything. Oh no. I bought a bulk pack of those little screw-on balls from Amazon a month ago. I hide them in the jewelry box like a dragon hoarding tiny metal treasures. Every time he loses one, I just pretend to find it behind the couch or in a random sock and hand him a brand new one. He still thinks that I have some kind of supernatural ability to locate tiny metal spheres with thick carpet under the furniture. He once called me a human magnet. I didn't correct him. I feel like I've earned this one. One day I might tell him, maybe.
On his deathbed.
Or maybe I'll just keep this going until we're old and gray and he still thinks I have a sixth sense for body jewelry. She says, wives, it's not always manipulation. Sometimes it's about quietly being a genius. Anyways, that's my confession. Bless this man and his mysteriously regenerating eyebrow ring.
Am I overreacting for ignoring my boyfriend after inappropriate comments about my new purse? I, 24 female, haven't been able to respond to my boyfriend, 23 male, text for hours because I have no words. I sent him a photo of coffee and my fake Dwar bag was in it. I got it for free as part of a brand deal and started using it today. I'm desperately trying to understand, but at the same time, I'm generally appalled at this, and I need to know what other people think. How would you respond in this situation, or what would you do? Oh my God, the horrors! That goddamn bag! I can't! I tried to escape to the other phone. When I was on a date with that girl, we were talking about what's the female equivalent of guys wearing those Balenciaga logo sneakers. And she said she had the exact same Dwar bag. Get rid of it, or I'll kill myself.
You want a rope? Knife?
I like it. Throw it away. I've literally been so excited about it today. LOL. I hope you throw it off the bridge, and I hope it lands on a boat that's on fire. Give it to a homeless person. Yuck. Donate it to Goodwill. She's responding to this text, the text of him talking about the other girl who he went on a date with. She's like, give me your number and I'll send her a pic. Heart eye emoji. Jokes aside, a very strong boundary for me is pretentious displays of wealth. Wouldn't a real one be a display of wealth? This is an indisputable, hard boundary I refuse to cross. This is a display of poorness. It's not even real. This is even worse. Why are you being mean? Can we self-assess this quickly? You paid money for fake artifacts. You paid money for fake artifacts to pretend you're wealthy. I did not pay for anything. The bag itself is ugly. I'm going to stop answering now. You're being so mean. Get rid of it today, or I won't talk to you ever again. Give it to Gina, along with the glasses. If I see them, I'm going to fucking destroy them. There are members of my family in Cuba who can't afford dialysis and will die soon. There are no antibiotics in Cuba. What does Cuba have to do with this?
I'm so lost.
Oh, it gets so much worse.
I'm already lost.
There are no antibiotics in Cuba. People just die. What will it look like if you are my wife and people see you with things like that? Please don't be ignorant. I'm not even against art. You've shown me bags that look nice. This bag and the glasses have big logos on them. They're just displays of wealth. You could have gotten the same thing without the logos. It's true that I'm being mean, and I know you don't mean harm, so I'm sorry, but please understand that this feels like a punch to the gut to me, like a disconnect from the reality that I, and many others who have it much, much worse, carry every day. There are bags you've shown me that are beautiful without... Dude, this guy's losing it. There's bags you've shown me that are beautiful without screaming status. If I'm going to dedicate my life to saving Cuba, I just need to know that the person by my side won't unknowingly undermine that mission. Please don't take this as an attack. It's me being vulnerable. I care about you, and this matters a lot to me. And I'm sure there are other things that you don't understand. Sure, there are other things you don't understand right now that are important to me, but please understand that I really have to be strict with everything, and maybe you think I'm literally fucking crazy. Yes, but the things I'm trying to do have never been done before, and I don't plan on it being very easy. I know you don't think about your TikToks this much. I think a good message could be shown to people, undoubtedly many girls who want to look like you and be like you, that you can look cute and hot and sexy without using name brands as a crutch. Holy hell.
I am so confused.
Some comment said you ran a full course of manipulation, intimidation, straw man arguments, self-harm jokes, insults, pleading. Tell him to get therapy and get up out of there. This over a bag is insane, and I say that as a needy ass dude.
Even the needy people are telling this guy he's nuts.
You know, when the codependent people are saying get out, it's a problem.
Right. Maybe there's like, you know what? If you have that kind of effect, you come over here. I'm kind of needy. You might get some messages.
I'm not the crazy needy.
Right. I just needy. I'm not crazy about it.
What a psycho.
Yeah. Dude, that one made my head hurt.
Yeah, my head hurts just from reading it. I almost ran out of oxygen.
There's an oxygen tank in the corner. I'll be all right. Or is that propane? I don't know. You can smoke with either one.
I'll take the risk. I'll take the risk.
Yeah. This one might hit a little close to home for you. Matter of fact, you might have wrote this one.
Oh, I hope it's a good one.
My mom thinks I'm an intelligent computer programmer.
Ouch.
I am a criminal.
Okay, you got to stop reading that. If you're gonna read that anymore, you better pause that record button.
Why is that? Because you already know what it's gonna say, right?
I do, which is why I said we don't need any confessions live.
Oh, you're gonna find this quite interesting.
All right, I like it.
About 3 years ago, right before I graduated high school, which is pretty close when you graduate high school, my dad passed away. It has been a difficult time for me and my brother and my mom. There was barely any money since my dad was the main breadwinner. After he passed, my mom struggled a lot, and seeing that made me want to do something about it. I was always good with computers, but not to the level my mom now imagines. After my dad passed, I became desperate for money. I tried all sorts of stuff, from freelancing to web development to video editing to music production, but I wasn't really making any real money to improve me or my family's situation. I looked deeper and got more desperate and tried selling drugs on Tor sites since I was too scared to do it in person. That didn't work either. During all the web surfing, I found some dark hat, gray hat communities, got into some stuff that was more gray area than a straight dark hat, running view bots, click bots, etc., etc. I would mostly receive money for my services and made quite a bit of money from it. A lot of the stuff isn't explicitly illegal, but I haven't really been a lot of people that have gotten in trouble for it, since it kind of dances in between the lines of legal and illegal, depending on what you're doing. It's not likely I get in trouble for it, but it's still a possibility, and I believe I can take the risk, and I'm not very paranoid about getting in trouble. The money has been great, and I've been able to help Mom out a lot. But the issue is she's gotten alarmed that the amount that I'm making, and I've repeatedly lied to her that I've been making this money freelancing online. I show her the website templates and lied that I built them, and I've even gone as far as editing invoices of how much I got paid for these because she's getting worried. It honestly is eating me up inside having to lie to my mom about this. Hearing her tell her sisters and stuff that I'm so good with computers and I'm making good clean money just makes me mad. Do I come clean or do I just keep lying?
That's rough. That's a rough spot to be in.
Right?
I feel like there's nothing worse than being put in a position where, like, everyone that you know thinks you're, like, something that you're not.
Right.
You know? It's one thing for them to all think you're a piece of shit when you're actually a really good person. But
it's okay for them to think you're allergic to peanut butter.
Nice. It's something that makes you really feel ashamed when
they all think you're a good person.
Yeah, well, when they're like think you're doing something really good and you're like really good at something, when in fact, like, I mean, to do some of the stuff that he's doing, you obviously you have to have knowledge, right, to some degree, but it's still sketchy and wrong.
Morally, it's not right.
Yeah, morally, it's not right. And I mean, yeah, he's making a lot of money and stuff, but clearly it's taking a toll on him.
Maybe he should somehow get fired. That way he doesn't have to burst that bubble, but yet he's...
It's hard to get out of those types of situations.
Especially if you're making bank.
Yeah.
If you're making bank, it's hard to step away to go back to being broke.
Yeah, it is. If it's morally gray too, like it's like the people you work with and stuff
Right.
too, that doesn't make things easier. You
No.
know, because once you leave the group, you're a loose end.
Right.
Suddenly, you know. They might be your buddies while you're working together.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff, but
Yeah.
the second you're like out of that. And the thing that's scary too is because like it being internet and stuff and online and hacking and everything, it's very likely those types of people have the tools to find you and keep tabs on you
Right.
and stuff. You're not 100% gonna get out of that.
No.
You know.
You need some FBI help.
Yeah, something. Not not a good situation.
Right. Yeah.
be
Because
in.
I mean, you could easily tell your friends and family that you got fired.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That would kind of solve that problem. But
Yeah.
the people that you were working with or for, like you said, you know, if it's not illegal, but it's not really illegal either.
It
That's-
seems like one of those situations where it's like, you know, down on his luck. Like it's one of those things. He's like he's clearly not this type of person normally,
Right.
and
'Cause
stuff.
He has a moral. 'Cause
yeah,
It bothers him.
It feels like this was one of those situations where it was like, all right, just one really quick, and then you know, like I'm down on my luck right now. I'll just like once I'm good, I'll just
one and done.
one and done type thing, and then got sucked in,
Right.
and it's just like needs to get out because it's not gonna be good.
No.
Not gonna be good. The further you go, the harder it is to gonna be to get out too.
The deeper you get, and most of these comments say the same thing. It depends on how deep you really are. Because if you're deep, you know things that people don't want out.
Yeah.
Right. If you're just on the surface, you know, and you don't really know a lot, you're good enough to make money, but you're not good enough to really throw anybody under the bus. And now's probably a better time to get out of it than.
Yeah.
Because you get deeper into that, it's just like anything else. Then you have to worry about fighting with the people that you were working with.
Yeah. And then it's just you against all of them.
Right. Yeah, because they all feel betrayed once you quit.
Yep.
That's
And
a tough one.
When people's freedom are at stake and jail time is possible, people's attitudes tend to change towards each other.
Yep.
This is an Easter related one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Better late than never.
Am I the asshole for confronting a mom whose kids were stealing all the eggs I'd hidden for my friends? Ugh. This is so stupid, but I'm still mad about it. Yesterday, my girlfriend, 32 female, and I, 35 female, threw a little combination Easter egg 420 get-together for some friends in a large public park that included as one element an Easter egg hunt. This is a big local park where people often do small private egg hunts for their families and friends, so the idea isn't totally out there. We bought around 100 plastic eggs, stuffed each of them with 2 to 3 pieces of candy, and hid them within a smallish area of the park about 20 minutes before everyone else was due to arrive. We figured because the weather was nice, we'd probably lose a few eggs due to kids walking by and stumbling on easy-to-find ones, but we bought enough that we could absorb some marginal losses. Some were pretty visible, others psychotically well hidden. Those are the best ones.
The good thing is just candy in it.
Most were pretty much in the middle. You'd have to really be looking to spot them walking by. While we were waiting for all of our friends to arrive, we noticed 3 kids running around the area where we'd hidden them, and they all had their arms full of eggs, like 15 to 20 apiece easily. Their mom was sort of trailing behind, not paying attention, and on the phone. It got to the point where we finally got her attention. She literally went, is it okay if they take these? My girlfriend and I were both dumbfounded because, again, we figured we'd lose a few eggs to kids who grabbed 1 or 2, but this was egregious. They had easily 50 between them. There were 15 people coming. Yes, they were all adults, but adults also like to have silly fun, too. So we basically told her no, please put them back. Her response was some version of, they're just kids. It's a kid's holiday. I asked her if she usually let her kids take candy from strangers off the ground in public parks, and said something along the lines of weird parenting choice, but okay. And she got huffy and told the kids they were leaving and to put them back. The kids threw some of the eggs on the ground, but still left with probably 40 eggs in total. Again, that's 80 to 120 pieces of candy that we bought for our friends and ourselves, not for random children who didn't even bother to ask before taking it. If they had asked, we probably would have said sure within reason, 2 to 3 a piece, not literally half of them. Also, as they were leaving, my girlfriend called after them, "Good luck finding the ones filled with good luck finding the ones filled with fentanyl."
Oh, jeez.
Which was very funny, but I don't think they heard. Anywho, now I feel like an asshole for calling her a bad parent in front of her kids and for ruining their fun. But I also have a real tendency to feel insanely guilty anytime I stand up for myself. I blame my own mom's stellar parenting for that. So I just wanted a temperature check that this was objectively insane behavior, right? Or am I the asshole?
No, I don't think she's an asshole. The mother should have had a better view on her kids.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, I could see the lady saying, you know what? No, I don't want you. You can't take them all. I don't mind if you take 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm okay with that. Because I don't want to spoil your dinner or whatever, just some lame excuse. But as of taking more than half of their eggs
that aren't yours,
right?
You didn't pay for any of the things,
right? I mean, if you guys were out doing that and you found a few, I'd be like, no, you can't. No, you leave it. Don't touch them. Somebody put them there for something.
Yeah, exactly.
And we weren't invited.
That's not our thing.
It's probably those people over there. If you want to go ask if you can have a couple, I mean, if you want to ask them, and the most they can say is no, but you know, I mean, show a little respect for the people that put the money and the work into hiding them.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. It could have been for a bunch of. I mean, that mom didn't know. It could have been for who knows.
This mom is definitely the parent that when her and her kids go out to restaurants, she gives them all the iPad to look at and her cell phone to look at and stuff. That's the vibe that I'm getting from,
you think so?
Yeah, from this mom. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves.
Right?
It's like when I go out to eat and I'll see parents with their like 1-year-old or their like toddler, and they have their like phone,
or they have their own iPad.
Yeah,
you can tell it's theirs because they're wrapped in that unbreakable, spongy looking case.
Yeah,
Dora the Explorer on the back or something.
Yep, exactly.
Like, you are 2 years old.
Yeah.
Why the hell do you have an iPad?
Like, what are you doing? Stop.
Hey, it's a cheap babysitter.
It is.
But so is duct tape. Matter of fact, it's cheaper.
Look,
wrap them in duct tape. They don't move. They don't go anywhere. You know, and if they're loud, you just put a little piece over their mouth, not their nose, because then that would be endangerment. And call it good.
If you don't want to interact with your kid, you shouldn't have had a kid in the first place. You know, like
you're not wrong there.
Yeah, no, I don't think you paid for it and everything. They didn't ask or anything. And the mom was kind of asking for it.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, kind of. I accidentally got paid for sex.
Nice. Wait, what?
Not me. I don't get paid for shit. I, male, 22, had a girl over, and the foreplay was intense. And she leaned over and whispered in my ear, "Do you want me to beg?" Obviously feeling sarcastic, my dumbass somehow heard the words, "Do you want me to pay?" So I stopped and laughed and said, "How much you got?" This would not work for me. There's no way in hell. At this point, we were just having 2 separate conversations, and she responded confused. "How much you want?" This is I, shocked and amused. I laughed further and then said, 50 rand. which is South American currency. Okay, so they're from Africa. As a joke, and she dead ass said, I only have 20 in my purse. Long story short, she paid me. And after we figured out the confusion, she laughed along and signed it with the word man whore with her signature. It was quite funny, and I always have this story to tell.
See, that seems like something that you'd like see in a movie.
Right.
Like,
I think I've seen that movie.
Man, you must have been really good looking to get someone to pay.
Wow.
That's impressive.
It went from do you want me to beg to do you want me to pay?
To now I'm 20 whatever richer.
22. Yeah, well, yeah, 20 rands.
Rands. Yeah.
I don't know how much 20 rands is, but I bet you probably somewhere around, 20 to $50.
You say that was Africa or South America?
South African currency.
South African currency. Cool.
Hey, good for you, buddy.
I mean, yeah.
Never worked for me. I'd always get punched in the face. Are you kidding me? I didn't have the gonads to even try that.
I ended up in jail.
Then they asked you to pay.
They asked me to pay. And I didn't get anything.
It's going to be 50 rand for me not to do the things that you want me to do. Don't want me to do.
Oh my God.
It's going to take 2 cigarettes and a bar of soap to stop me from doing what I'm about to do. Oh, these people. I tell you. That one was pretty good. I mean, and they laughed about it too after they figured it out. But
that's funny.
I would be thoroughly embarrassed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, to have that kind of communication and say, yeah you going to pay? I don't know how she got beg and pay mixed up. I don't understand how they got that confused.
I don't think I would be embarrassed because it sounds like the chemistry that was going on. It sounds like it would have been more funny.
Well, yeah, they laughed about it, so I guess the chemistry was probably there. But yeah, I mean, now I could crack the joke and be funny about it.
That's where you'd like. I feel like there's a lot of ad-libbing going on.
Yeah, at 22, I didn't have that kind of confidence. So
me either.
Hell, 25, you still don't have that kind of confidence.
I'm 26.
Like I said, at 25, you still don't have that kind of confidence.
There we go. All right.
And he's right. He's got a funny story to tell. We told it for you, too. So, now everybody knows. And that, the first comment says, and that, kids, is how I met your Meemaw. Some of these people think they're going to get married now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It feels like a movie.
Right.
Like a...
This one here says, please marry her.
Yeah, like a rom-com plot.
Right.
Or something.
Oh, well. This is, I heard a black man say, mixed people are fetishized even more than black people are. Fetishized means when someone says stuff like, I only date black men and they're not black themselves. Or I want to have kids with another race person to see what they look like.
What?
And how and so they would have curly hair, different skin tones.
Imagine wanting to have a kid just to know what they look like.
They have an app for that, people. There's no reason to have, there's no reason to go that far. They have an app for that.
You don't need an app when the store's got milk.
Wow.
See what they look like really quick? Take a quick trip to get the milk. Well, it won't be a quick trip, but...
No. And I don't think they put the picture on the milk cartons anymore anyway. It goes on to say, as a mixed black-white woman, that's annoying. My own mom is white and always makes comments like, how my hair looks so cool. It's not cool. It's my hair. Leave me and my hair alone. You can tell people out there really have sex with someone just because they want their kids to look mixed or different. And that's up. I didn't love my dad who fetishized himself, and now I have to live with a broken family. that shit. I mean, she's not wrong.
No, she's not.
She's not wrong at all. I've heard people that I work with, especially dudes, they're like,
People are weird, man.
yeah, they would see a specific type of person, type of woman, and say that that's what they've always dreamed about sleeping with. What, a woman? They're like, no, a woman that's, black, or a woman that's got this is super hairy. Or I'm like, why would you? I don't understand. What makes skin color that much more attractive?
I don't know. Why do people have like a favorite color?
I don't know, because I don't have a favorite color.
I mean, my favorite color is green. It sounds weird to be like, oh yeah, this my favorite race. We're all so focused on being racist and hating each other. Why can't we have a favorite race?
You know what? You might have a point. Right, that is kind of messed up, but
Yeah, I might be onto something. I might be the next Socrates.
no, I don't see that happening.
You're right, Plato.
You said play. Okay, so I guess if you have a short one, you can go for it.
No, I don't.
No, you didn't find one?
I couldn't find one. Not one that I liked, at least.
You mean that was going to be the last one?
That's going to be the last one.
Oh, man. I had to put such a buzzkill on it.
But I had some good jokes.
You had some good jokes.
I always have good jokes.
Okay, so I guess since that's going to wrap that one up. And Corey and I would like to say thanks to all the people that listened to all the discussion, especially the last one, which didn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yes.
But you stuck through it, so congratulations to you, and we really extremely appreciate you.
Oh, yeah.
And we hope that you've enjoyed it, and we hope you join us next time.
Yeah.
For probably more of the same, because we are trying to destroy the faith in humanity.
One story at a time.
One story at a time. Remember that you can like, follow, comment, email us. You can do all that on that funny little thing they call the internet.
Yes.
Facebook, YouTube, yep, we're there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Break Up the Daily Grind, yes, both of those. And on Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
Break Up the Daily Grind.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on Spotify, throw us a star.
Oh, yeah.
We like them.
We love
1, 2, 10. I mean, if you have to do 10, that might be a little stretch, but we'll stick. We can go with 5. 5 will be all right.
True that.
Yep. You can leave us a comment on Facebook and YouTube. You can send us an email, mo9studios@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Send us your dedication. Send us your favorite dad joke. Send us any kind of joke. If you think it's funny, you send it. I'm sure we'll probably read it.
Do it or I'll commit a crime against you.
Yeah, we'll get a hold of that guy that did the bots. He'll do some shit. We will make him be the criminal still. Well, we were innocent. Swear.
You'll do it on your own or you'll do it at gunpoint.
You don't own a gun, so they shouldn't be worried. And you know what? You could just send us a comment if you want. You could give us a topic idea.
Yep.
I mean, we like these, but sometimes we like to break it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because that's why we call it Break Up the Daily Grind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. And with that shenanigans stuff, I think we're going to leave you with this thought of the week.
The best way to make your dreams come true is to wake up. Paul Valery.
Yes. Wake up. Make your dream come true.
Wake up! Wake up!
The alarm's going off. And with that, we'll see you next time.
Later, skaters.